What's up, man? Good to see you guys.
What's up? What's up?
Happy Tuesday. Happy Election Day.
Yep. Happy, thank goodness it's almost over day.
Yeah, well, it's just beginning. The glass is half empty. Half full, however you want to look at it. I'm looking forward to it, seeing what the next 4 years has in store.
I'm just tired of all the freaking ads and mails and text messages and phone calls.
Dude, I did it last night. I got into that political conversation that nobody wants to get into with a buddy of mine. And geez, like, I don't know why I humored it. I let it happen. Feel stupid.
Our local, really, there was only county commissioner was the only one that the incumbent wasn't running unopposed. Like our circuit clerk and county clerk and state's attorney, all that, the incumbent was running unopposed. So
we were facing the same thing here in Beeville. I got to there's probably 6 or 7 different categories where I just, there wasn't any other options.
Right.
What's up, David Martin? Good to see you here.
Evening, guys.
What's up, David?
Aeon, good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
Watching. I am looking forward to, and I'll put a link, like if anybody's interested, my brother is going to be doing an election stream on his channel. So if you're interested in just some drunken buffoonery conversation. Oh, here.
I was doing I'm trying to look in on you guys.
Yeah, it's a little bit different setup tonight.
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, yeah. So in case anybody notices here, so the stream might look a little bit different. We used the classic introduction, and we've got the not water background here. It's because we got multiple StreamYard accounts, and I set this stream up on the wrong one because I'm an idiot.
Boop, 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 boom.
Failed.
Mark J. What's up? Good to see you.
Man, so what'd you guys get done this last weekend?
We just, what do we do? Not much. Mainly hung out at home. I dug in the garden, dug up a bunch of sunchokes and sweet potatoes. Went and hung a new trail camera today. The first one I got was the Tacticam Pro 3.0, and then got the 3.0X today. So it's got, not really, I think the only difference is a different flash, and the Pro's got a no flash. This X is, I think, it was $40 cheaper. So we'll see what happens, see what the difference is. It's another add-on to the Tacticam.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Cool. That'd be cool to see. You can do a comparison for folks.
Yeah, got a little already. Actually, I had already got a video or a picture. Sorry, not long after I posted it, of a little spike.
Nice. Very nice.
My father-in-law pulled a construction job, and this is going to end up. Oh shoot! Here. Hold on, Grant. I'm going to pull you up full screen. There you go.
A little spike there. Not long after I set it up, got that other one facing out in the field, and this one's in the woods a little bit. So,
very cool.
There was a fresh strafe right where he's standing at. So I don't know if it's his or he was messing with it or what. We'll see.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
My father-in-law pulled a construction job, a remodel job out on Padre Island out on one of the houses on the canals. And so I went out there and helped him this weekend with that. That was a 4-day endeavor. We were doing that, but it was on one of the canals. So on my lunch break every day, I got to go fishing on their dock, and they were stacked with mangrove snapper.
Nice.
So that's the video that I'm working on right now. I got 3 days of fishing over on those docks where I just bagged out every single day.
Nice.
In between construction jobs. So that's going to be the course of the video is construction.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
It's fun.
So I got
Aeon. That's awesome, by the way, buddy.
That is
22
22
That's a good
pounds,
fish, man.
got some work done on that big boat finally. Got the old tilt trim out, got the new tilt trim in, everything hooked up and working. So that's check mark off the block. So between that and football, that was my weekend.
I did see those pictures. So
yeah.
So how are we doing on the plus minus? Are we still in the feeling good about what we paid for the boat originally, or?
Oh no, that went away as soon as I started spending all the money on the trailer. Because I knew what I wanted to do on the boat for the most part, and I knew there'd be things to replace. I didn't know I had to do so much work on that trailer. Basically redo all the brakes on it. Like redo, not just add new pads.
Oh, that sucks.
Run brake lines, replace the actuator, which is like the pump like you would in a car's brake system. That's basically the part inside the hitch up front. So when you hit your brakes, it compresses and that's brake fluid goes. The brake fluid reservoir had replaced that. And then I replaced 4 of the 6 tires. And then the next month or so, I'm going to get the other 2 just since it's on a trailer now. And once I get a couple more things done, probably going to be posting it for sale.
Oh, that sucks. I understand, but that still hurts.
Well, yeah, it sucks, but it wasn't a smart decision just because the logistics of it, right? I'm way up here in San Antonio. The boat's down there. If something's got to be worked on, the cost just went up. And so me and Audrey were talking. We're probably going to go back to a 22 to 24 foot center console. So a little bit bigger than my old center console. I got, the new granddaughter and wife and daughter all going to be hanging on the boat. So I got to have a boat big enough and comfortable enough for them. So that's the plan now. I'm going to finish doing what I'm doing. I'm going to get it back down to the coast, make one last run on it just to make sure everything's right. And then I'll post it for sale.
What are the odds you're going to maybe make some money on that whole endeavor? And Aeon, dude, that's a good sized fish, man. You did good with that. That's one to be proud of.
I'm looking at probably breaking even. It just depends on what I get for it. You know what I mean? I'm happy with breaking even because if I break even, that pays it off. And it gives me money for the down payment for the other boat. The other boat's not going to be brand new, but it's not going to be 20 years old. We're going to be looking, somewhere around 2016 to now.
I keep hearing this. I've heard this so many times the past couple of years.
Yeah. Well, but I've always disagreed with it to a point. That's more applicable to those folks who pleasure boaters who it'd be great to be able to go out on the lake with a boat. Yeah, let's buy one. And they buy it. They use it a few times that year and then less next year and less the next year. And so now they're happy to sell it. But for fishermen, the only reason I'm just moving to another boat. So it's not like I'm getting out of boats.
Right. Yeah. And I know, I hadn't talked about this in a while. I've stalled out on it, but I'm kicking the tires on the whole endeavor. I've got the John boat that I'm working on. I'm going through title registration issues right now, but hopefully I'm hoping to have that done maybe this week. And that's one of those where I don't see, that people say the second happiest day of the boat owner's life is the day they bought it, happiest is the day they sell it. So the expense on this boat is not where I would, being a little John boat. It's like, boat motors these days are like $2,000
for a little motor.
But there's nothing that's going to fail on this thing. Like my worst case scenario is that I have to get a new motor for it for $2,000. And as far as boat ownership goes, it's like the cost on that is non-existent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you got like a $900 motor.
I got the most expensive motor available on Amazon. It is an 18 horsepower. And yeah, I know. I see you smirking there, John. I'm kind of the same way where I'm like, oh, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But it's new, so it's a new motor. It's going to last a couple of years, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll keep it flushed out, and I don't have to worry about issues with it freezing or anything here.
No.
Right.
And it's so universal. Like there's so much we can do with that. I will be taking it to the oil rigs offshore. That's how I was raised, is going out in a John boat to Sammy Dam. But it opens up. I can go to the bays. That's not something that I've been able to do. So I got the lake right here that I never go to. Now I've got everything that I need to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
for sure.
Well, talking about posting lots of pictures. That spot he was at is a beautiful spot. He was. I think he commented something about if.
Oh yeah, I missed it.
If it was easier to get to, it'd probably be a lot more popular. But yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, and so you guys from the Discord server, my apologies. I've been having issues to where StreamYard, which is the software we use to stream through to YouTube, it has not been allowing me to upload the slideshow. I wasn't able to get it uploaded today. I think we figured out the reason why. I think we got that fixed. We'll see. Or at the very least, I found a workaround. So I will be able to have it up again next week, but I'm afraid we're not going to be able to have the photos of the week today.
So maybe like a multiple week one for next week.
Yeah. It'll have everybody on there.
Yeah,
less talk and more pictures next week.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, it's also a slow time of year. There's not that many pictures, so it'll probably be like a regular slideshow.
True. I don't think there was. I posted a picture this morning at like 7, and I don't think there was. There's a few pictures this afternoon, but only a few.
It's that time of year. They're all in school. Now we're starting to do holiday stuff, so things are a little bit slower.
Yep.
Which is fine. We all need a little bit of a break from stuff some prime time.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And actually, while Japan's saying photos of the month, probably going to be that for like next time. Yeah. But also we're going to start winding down here to the end of the year too. It's November. We're going to have Christmas off. So, we're down to the last few
weeks.
Yeah. What is that going to be, like 6 weeks
total? Maybe. Yeah.
So we're getting down to the end here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday, and New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is on a Tuesday. So we'll probably be off those couple weeks.
Yep. You guys hear a baby crying?
What's that?
Do you hear a baby crying in the background?
Is that what? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a cat.
No, my grandbaby's being loud out there. Hey, hush her up.
Nice.
She get louder.
Classy.
Door shut. That's the best I can do.
Nah, you're good. Nothing wrong with that. And don't mind the dogs either, Grant.
Yeah, I don't mind the dogs.
Part of life.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm envious of it, man. My daughter does cats. I'm a dog person. My wife and I are both dog people, so I miss that. So, topic of conversation tonight's an interesting one. This comes to us from basically like on the internet. This is one of the hot, I don't know, things that people are searching for or something. It's like the thing. I don't know. I used weird AI software that told me this is like a hot topic. Let me know if I'm right about that or not. This is just a test. But they're saying that they were saying that it's highly recommended. Somebody covers this particular topic, but we're talking about if you're going to land a trophy fish or a trophy deer. It's not just fishing, hunting too. If you were going to land a trophy and you only had 1 day to do it, how are you going to do that? What are you going to do to ensure yourself that it happens? And I'll start this off by telling you my thing on this, what I would do. This is kind of why it spoke to me a little bit. If I, for some reason, had to get a trophy, like I had 1 day to do it, John, I think you could probably understand where I'm coming from on this. I am going right to the end of the Port Aransas jetty with a bucket full of crab and big slab spoons, and I'm not leaving there until I get at least a 97-inch redfish.
97, huh?
Yeah. Because that's, if you're going in Texas down here, you're going for trophy fish, especially like this time of year. That is how I'm doing it. And that's not a sure thing, but it's as close to a sure thing as you can get.
Yeah, the only other thing I would do is if it's not against the rules, hire somebody.
Oh, good call on. Yeah, see, I didn't even think about that. Good call.
If you have to get a trophy, pay a high fence place to have them let you shoot a trophy.
Excellent.
It would cost you an arm and a leg, and people would be like, "Yeah, but it's high fence." But just get a trophy. Get a trophy.
That's it. I like it.
The way that you said that, it spoke volumes about how you have addressed other people who have done that. It looked like you've said that before.
Well, a trophy to one person might not be a trophy to somebody else.
True.
My first deer is a trophy, and it was a little 3-point.
Me too. Exactly.
Yeah, mine was a doe. I've always been a meat guy.
Oh, I killed does before I killed the buck, but several actually. But my first buck was a little 3-pointer.
Yeah. No, that was the first deer season I hunted, opening day, and that little 3-point come walking out, and I blasted him. Didn't even see a doe before him.
Gotcha.
That's a story in itself. I was hunting with a single shot 20 gauge. Had to chase him down a little bit.
That's how my father-in-law, that's how he does it, 16 gauge.
Cool.
Nice.
That was news to me. I'd never heard of that before because everything down here is,
Yeah.
firing out the car window at the across somebody's fence.
Rifle.
Yeah, with a 308.
Yeah.
Michigan, I did a lot of shotgun deer hunting.
Yeah, this is the first year we can use a rifle during shotgun season here in Illinois. So we'll see if it makes a difference. The counts go up. I don't know.
What states in America have sturgeon?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Minnesota,
Michigan.
I think it's most of those states in or around. Say again?
The Midwest, northern states.
Yeah.
Around the Great Lakes.
The
Great Lake area, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to get my hands on one. Talking about trophies, that's one. I wonder if there's a trick to getting sturgeon.
Yeah.
That's what I was
There is a trick to them, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, see, it seems like J&C No Limit, didn't they catch some sturgeon on either on their channel or on live?
Yeah.
So.
Like they were
they're in Wisconsin at the time, right?
Like catfishing.
Yeah.
The same type of catfish rig.
Yeah, Cassie thought she had a massive bass. Ended up being a sturgeon.
Wild Japan, his only deer was a 6x7. Oh, you poor guy.
Yeah,
all downhill from there.
No, as I recall, you're talking about moving back to Texas. Isn't that right? He's talking about coming down here to Texas. And if that's the case, there's no way you're not going to shoot a larger deer. I mean, not that they get that big here, but you're going to have plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, I did post a little video short of a new 10-pointer on camera this week. First 10-pointer we've had on camera or a picture of. A little 10-pointer.
Huh. Got them hanging around.
Yeah, and then last night we saw one that already was missing his right side. He'd already broke off It was would have been.
Shit.
He was an 8-pointer, but all he had left on that right side was about that much.
Holy cow!
So I guess he'd been fighting apparently.
Yeah, he found the bigger guy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
We're gonna see. There's a chance if I can get everything together. There's a chance I might be able to get out and do some deer hunting this weekend. I've got that lease ready to go. I just got to drive out to it.
Nice. Do it.
Yeah. It happened a lot faster than I expected. You know, deer season just like jumped up on me.
Yeah.
But get a chance, just got to do it.
Agreed.
And my father-in-law, he just left for Wisconsin today. So they're going to start hunting probably tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Out there doing their thing. I've still got a ton of sausage from last year.
That's not a problem. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I have a ridiculous amount of summer sausage in the freezer, and I love it.
Hey, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, folks.
Yeah, right.
Say other than deer around here, fish wise, I guess a catfish would probably be the only thing that we could catch around here that I'd consider a trophy. I mean, there's some spots within an hour to catch a 8 to 10 pound bass or maybe a 3 pound crappie, but you just have to get lucky. Not like it's not a guarantee. It's like I've never done it, so. I mean, there's a few spots where you could have a better chance to catch a 2 pound crappie or, out in the river, no telling how big of a catfish.
All right.
I was going to say catfish, and John, I actually thought you were going to jump in on that one. I think catfish would probably be, I don't know if I would say it'd be the next thing I'd go for. Probably the next thing I'd go for would be a big shark. I think that's another one that's like, if it counts, that would be an easier thing to get. But after shark, I would think probably catfish, like a monster catfish would be the next easiest thing to do. And I say easiest just to make it a sure thing.
Yeah, that'd have to be up there.
I know we've got some massive catfish we have a dry creek bed down the street at my parents' house. And as kids, whenever it would rain, I say kids, this was like high school, a little after high school. But whenever it would rain, that creek bed would flood. It would flood pretty serious. It was probably, it's dry ground now. It was probably 10 feet deep whenever we get a little bit of rain. And man, we would drop lines in there and pull like 20, 30 pound catfish. They're massive.
Nice.
So I think that would probably be the next thing I would do. Just mainly, I guess, just because it's the thing I know.
Well, yeah, that's my decision to make once we do get a pond dug. I don't know what kind of fish to put in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to do that, I think I would lean heavily into crappie or tilapia. I know people aren't quite as fond of that, but they grow fast. And
I think I was doing research on ponds back in the day and pond fish. And unless you had a large pond, most places recommended not stocking crappie.
Really?
Because they grow so fast, they populate so fast that they'll be overpopulated and it'll stunt them. So you have a bunch of 7-inch crappie as your max size. That's the only thing about not using crappie in a pond. But I guess it just all depends on how you manage it.
Right.
Definitely have some bass in there, and I definitely have catfish in there.
Yeah, they're not really going to compete with each other too much.
Bluegill.
That's another one I would.
The freshwater, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Walleye, salmon.
I don't know about.
I don't think it'll be deep enough for walleye.
That's if I could dig a pond. Like I've had dreams about this. I think everybody probably has. We all want our own little water source pond thing or whatever. But if I could physically do it, I would want that. I would want it to be crystal clear. Like I would want to have like one of those pond guys come out and do a filtration pond or something for it. But I would want that thing to be like 60 feet deep. Like I would want it to be massive. I want to go diving in that thing.
Yeah. What's up, Hooked RR?
What's up, man?
The blue hole, just straight down.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go sit on the bottom, 60 feet down, and just not hear the world.
I wanted a pond big enough that you could have an island in it.
Yes.
Right? And then it all goes around, and at one corner you have a nice smooth transition, and you have like a little sandy beach for the kids to play and hang out.
That's a good idea.
Exactly right. And then a deep end, and
yeah,
that's exactly how I
tires
picture
in there. The fish will use the tires for beds, for spawning and stuff. Even maybe set up a feeder to kick food into it.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I want to do the black soldier fly bin over, like if we get a dock or something, or even somehow get it out there. Just throw your rotten stuff in it, and the black soldier flies lay their eggs, and once they get mature, they'll just fall right out in the water.
Oh wow!
Feed them.
Yeah, that's just automatic nature's food feeder.
Yeah, nice.
David Martin saying he'd do bass, bluegill, and cats.
Yeah.
See, I like crappie so much, man. It's hard not to.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah, he's talking about how it's like, oh, they max out at like 7 inches, and I wasn't going to say anything, but like, I'd be eating the shit out of some 7-inch crappie.
I mean, I have, but I like them to at least be 8 inches.
Yeah.
That 10 inch is perfect size for a crappie to me.
Yeah, I think so too. 10, 11 is real nice.
I think my 60-foot pond could handle some 10-inch fish.
Our minimum is 10 inches here in Texas.
Yeah, and I didn't get busted, but I learned that one the hard way. I didn't know that.
There's places that have a 10-inch limit. My main spot close to home doesn't have a size limit. Just 25, whether they're 4 inches or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is up in Wisconsin. Makes it real easy, just having fun fishing and not having to worry about putting a tape to everything.
Yeah.
While Japan says, yeah, the pond my sister lives next to has way too much weeds, so it's bad for fishing and swimming.
Yeah, you'd have to manage it. That's all processed.
There's something you can put in there to eat the weeds, or you just have to go and rake them out every now and then.
I think remove them mechanically is one way, yeah. And there are don't tilapia eat vegetation, so you could put some in there just for that purpose, maybe.
Yeah, I would think like the algae and stuff at least.
Mm-hmm.
Your little armored catfish.
Plecos, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Janet.
What's up, Jam?
Yeah.
Jane T.
And I would have, I would make it very Hawaiian looking. Like I would also want like a little bit of a cliff, and I want some banana trees and stuff around it. Make it look like Cozumel.
In Illinois,
Some big rocks.
yeah, I don't know if banana trees will survive there. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to dig them. Well, so there's people that don't dig them up, but I had some where the garden is. Actually, we had a pool there when our son was really young, and mine always froze.
We got them down here. I've never had issues. Well, they froze last year, but they came back. And as I recall, the freeze last year was, I don't remember much, but I want to say that was a little bit, like that one got kind of cold, colder than normal.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of our family in Michigan, friends of theirs, have a real nice property. They have a big pond on it. Of course, the one side is all beach. And then they have, on the side, they got like a bar, like a real bar with the deck that comes out, and you're out over top of the water on the bar. They got the big TV screens, and they do their 4th of July fireworks out there. I'm like, it's pretty nice setup.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah. On the topic of talking about like how to do trophies, so I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the ways I would consider doing a trophy is, like if I had my own pond,
I already know where you're going.
feed them lead weights.
Trophy pond.
Put an alligator out there for a year. Let them get good and thick. Give them a good pet name.
Are you getting a lot of rain down there, Grant?
What's up?
Are you getting a lot of rain? Mark was asking.
We just started getting it today. Yeah. Well, this afternoon, really. It was probably 2:00 before it started. But yeah, I'd seen where St. Louis and on up Mark's Way had been getting 2 to 3 inches the past couple of days. It's just been missing us until this afternoon.
Yeah, I think jigging rods typically, because the force and momentum you're using and stuff, they have to have a good backbone, right? And they have to have a certain rebound to them. So I don't think they're fast. I don't think they're fast. I think they're like medium. And it has to do with the tip movement. But
exactly.
Typically they're a pretty sturdy rod, especially offshore, like slow pitch jigging, that kind of jigging, where you're throwing, an 8-ounce lead jig that you're jigging.
Yeah, see, like to me, there's a crappie jigging rod, then there's a bass jigging rod.
Yeah, so it does really depend on what you're talking about, don't it?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. The saltwater purposes, anytime that we've gone vertical, and we're jigging, it's a heavy duty rod.
Right.
So we were jigging with the grouper rod last time we went out on my uncle's boat, and that thing, I mean, you could pull in a Volkswagen with that. That's a stout rod.
David Martin, listening to this panel talk better than watching the election. That's not saying much. You can probably just look at the
really set the bar there.
That'd been better. You can look at a blank screen and that would have been better. But thanks anyways.
Like, all right, we're right up there with like watching paint peel. Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, exactly. That was good. Oh man.
Mark and David both saying they got rain coming their direction.
I saw a thing on Facebook earlier, an image showing the rain totals, and it was 2 to 3 inches, pretty much all from the north half of the state. That was probably early morning.
They're showing Thursday and Friday 60% chance here. Today was 70. We did get rain today? We got in the middle of the night. We really didn't get it during the day. So hopefully we do. Hopefully the places that feed into Canyon Lake get some rain. So we can get some water in the lake.
Yeah. See, Hooked R&R said he's going to be crappie fishing Lake Fork next weekend.
Oh, nice.
Road trip.
Yeah, I've never done Lake Fork. I've heard good things about it. Father-in-law.
It's not far from Tawakoni. I'm surprised he's not going to Tawakoni.
Not far to what?
Lake Tawakoni. T-Walk. It's another lake up there. It's real. Got some really big catfish, right? Some of the state record I think have come from there before. So Lake Tawakoni and stripers, white bass, a lot of. Lake Fork, I want to say Lake Fork, I think, doesn't have a blue cat population, if I'm not mistaken. Just channel cats. But crappie, any of those lakes up there, once you get north of Austin, you start seeing those lakes just before Dallas and a little bit to the east. Those lakes, they all have water and they all have crappie. He's going up there to fish bass tournament and then he's gonna spend the rest of the weekend fishing crappie. That's nice.
Awesome.
That's a kayak tournament, right?
I got all the respect in the world for a guy who is traveling to go to a fishing tournament and will be fishing in his downtime to get straight and kind of clear his head from all the fishing.
No, he's that, and it's good food.
Mm-hmm.
And crappie are tasty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's kayak fisherman mostly, so probably what he's doing. Sweet, good luck on the tournament, man.
Yeah. Would love to hear good things about that. Are you going to be filming during that whole thing?
Oh, so it's for only you have to have a native brand kayak. All them hobby guys will be all hurt. Their feelings will be hurt. Very cool. I will attempt to film it. Good.
Yeah.
Tournament's hard to film, but the crappie fishing, no excuse. You can film that.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to say this is how...
You got a Hobie. Okay. Oh, it's open to all kayaks. Okay.
I'm going to throw a suggestion out there for you because I'm doing the same thing with a video that I'm working on right now. I'll be finalizing it this weekend. Get some shots, get some footage of the tournament stuff, like while you're doing it. And it doesn't have to be during the catches or anything. Just have some kind of B-roll of that tournament. Make the video about the crappie fishing that you're doing. And then just intersplice in there, oh, this is my downtime away from this tournament that I'm working on, and then just have that footage that you can just plug in there while you're talking about it, and you'll be good to go. My 2 cents on that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only saying that because I'm doing the same approach to a video that I'm working on right now.
Yeah, that's good.
I like it.
Fresh. You guys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be distracted or anything here, but are y'all curious at all about the election results?
I mean, we ain't gonna know final results for days, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we still got to go through lawsuits and everything first. Hey, yeah, dude, I want to see it. I'm excited. You got me excited about just seeing that alone. So
yeah, that will be cool. That will definitely be cool.
Yeah, you get yours. I think has a little bit better kind of a concept than what I'm doing. So I'm kind of I'm a little envious. But I am playing with I'm playing with a new toy on this video, and I'm not going to give it away. But I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I got a shiny new play thing for this one.
Better not be a camera. You were whining earlier about not getting a camera.
Oh, no. I'm still whining about that. I haven't got a camera, and I still want one. It's not a shiny new camera. Yeah, the footage is going to suck. It'll be all regular. But hopefully it's one of those things that this works out really well, and you know how it is. Just fun new toy to play with. I'm going to let the video introduce it, though. Interesting you say that, dude. So yeah, it's this is the new toy that I got because I've started having issues getting excited to edit footage. I'm just about at the 500 video mark, and that has gotten now very tedious. Doing the exact and I'm making the same decisions in my edits. It feels bland to me. So the one thing you can do is try something different. Go watch a video, go watch a television show and learn from it, and then kind of excite yourself by being okay, well, I'm going to film something to try to emulate this other thing and have some fun with it that way. Is something that I've done for years. I'm going to branch out, and I'm going to do again without I don't want to drop anything now, but I am going to play with a new toy and see if that re-sparks my interest in the whole, process. It gives me some fresh new ideas and stuff.
There's times right now I haven't worked on that other video yet, but Yeah, sometimes it is hard to get motivated to get editing, especially for me, is when you don't think you got enough or good enough, right? But typically, when I get into the editing software and I've got the footage that I want to use, it just kind of there's a point where you're like, yeah, I want to see how this turns out. And that kind of keeps you going. And you think of, like Stanley said, you think of a few ways, transitions or something that you can do a little different, right? Just to make it a little different than your normal video. That helps. But yeah, the videos that are easiest to do, to edit, are the ones you're like, man, this is going to be a good video. I can't wait to get this one out.
Yeah,
those
when
are
you're excited the whole time.
Because you're all fired up for it. Yeah.
Yeah. The one where the camera was actually recording when you caught that nice fish.
Yeah.
Not the trip when the camera was dead when you caught that nice fish.
Or you left the lens cover on, your microphone failed.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hard to get excited when it's gonna be less than what you know it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does hurt.
But when everything goes right, that's when you get excited about editing.
You know what? And another thing, this isn't something that you can do, but this is something that we all need to be doing to pay it forward a little bit. The things that get me into it, like more than subscriber counts and view counts and all of those real vanity metrics that you kind of get those endorphins from. If somebody leaves me a really nice comment, when somebody says something like, I live in Oklahoma and I don't get to come down here and do fishing very often, so I like watching videos about the beach, and yours are my favorite. I love watching it. When I get something like that, dude, that fuels me for like 10 videos. Yeah, so that's not something that you can do, but definitely we all need to be out there like leaving nice comments like that for other people. Give them their juice.
That's cool.
That's good. Yeah, nothing wrong with doing lives. Mix it in.
Yeah.
Throw some videos out there and mix it in. I think some of the toughest ones early on where I thought I needed 3 or 4 different camera angles for everything, and then you've got footage from 4 different cameras, and you're trying to figure out order of how's it going and which camera has better footage of whatever it is you got. You know what I mean? It's simpler just to say 1 or 2 cameras.
You know, my solution on that, the way that I do it, is kind of a pain to set up. But if there is I don't do this for everything, but if I have a special catch, if I know that there's something good going on, get all 3 cameras. If you got 3 cameras, get all 3 cameras going and then clap. Something like that. So that you have a visual and audio mark. Like in movies, you see them do that little like thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see that on all 3 cameras. Then you have an edit point to where you can stack all that footage on top of each other. And then all you have to do is just splice in between them, like cut out this section of these 2, cut out this section of these 2 so that it's switching back and forth between them. That's the fastest and easiest way that I can think of doing like multiple cameras.
Like
my only issue is usually I've got 1 camera already on and then something does happen, and so I turn the other camera on, so they're not. Yeah,
so that's why you'll have those you can't hit start at the same time on all of them, but that's why you have that audio visual marker, because then you can see it and you can like line them up to where your hands touch at the same time. If you're using editing software, you got the audio peak, you can line them up a lot easier.
Yep,
I like that.
I like that too.
Good tip.
I used to do 3 to 4 cameras. That's tough on a kayak, golly.
Yeah, I can imagine. When I do 3 cameras, I've got my 2 prime. Well, I've got the first person perspective, the POV shot, and then I'll have a camera trained on me somewhere so that I can get kind of like that faraway shot. And that third camera, if I have it, it's going to be like either Rachel or my dad, somebody's cell phone, and they're recording. The camera trained on me is going to be that static, not moving shot. Mm-hmm. But that means that third camera gets free reign. Like I want it to be kind of jiggly. I want there to be some action in the shot, and I definitely want that conversation of Rachel saying whatever amazing thing is coming to her mind at that point in time. I want that audio. I still want that footage, but man, that audio is the most important thing. Having 2 static shots, I don't see a lot of value in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just kind of like diarrhea of the mouth on the ideas here, but that's the way that I do it.
Mark J likes editing. All right, Mark, you want to edit some videos for me?
Yeah, let's talk. I like it when it's fun, but the problem that I've been having is that like 500 videos in, I am now like, okay, this is the 17th whiting video that I've filmed at the beach. How do I make that special and something outstanding? And when it's not, it might be a special day. I might have got a lot of whiting, but there is nothing separating this video from the other 17 whiting videos.
Yeah.
That's like, I've got to come up with something creative and fun to make that an interesting video to edit. Otherwise, if it's just whiting at the beach.
So it stands alone.
Yeah, I have the hardest time editing that.
Got to be the title or something. Whatever you're using, how to catch whiting with whatever you're using, maybe.
You know, and that's actually, so like the title of this video was the same thing I told you about. Like I went through like that whole thing with the AI on their thing. I did that with a video on my channel where I didn't do this on mine, but ideally I would look at that before I go fishing so that I have this perspective of like, okay, I'm going to gear the conversation towards this thing. And that makes it a little bit more challenging for me. Like I like that because it provides another layer, another challenge. It makes it like kind of fresh, gives me something to direct towards. We'll see. I don't know. That's my thought on it. That's why I'm kind of just experimenting with this stuff.
Gotcha.
And I hate saying that word AI. Like that's just like a dirty word these days. So don't expect to see like an AI avatar or anything anytime soon. Maybe.
Figure out what the first 27 words you should say in your video so that the algorithm picks it up.
Right. I hadn't got that far. I haven't gotten that deep into it. I did see a cool thing. Like I thought this was kind of neat. So there was some brats up at some Ivy League school. They were talking about like one of them's a screenwriter, and then there was some kids at the school who were like, "Well, we can write a better script than you using AI." And the guy was like, "That's preposterous. You can't do that. Like, you know, an AI can't write a script better than a human being." So they're like, "Okay, well, game on. Let's do this." And so they had a deal where they had like 1 week to write a script. And then they were going to put this out on social media, and social media was going to vote which one is better and also which one is the actual AI. They were going to see if people could tell which one was the AI script. In the end, the script written by the human being was better. It got a higher vote. Everyone thought that was the AI. Yeah. And it turns out that the guys who used AI to write the script, it didn't actually write the script. They plugged in what they want, and the AI came up with a thing, and then they used that to edit down into an actual script. You know, like it still required a human being to be able to make a good script. So I found that encouraging.
Not getting replaced by AI and robots yet, huh?
Yep. Still got to have that human element.
They're coming up with some good AI robot memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, John, I wanted to kind of wait until we were off camera to tell you this, but I've got an AI John that's going to be filling your spot here.
What are you talking about?
There's no way you could be replaced by AI, John. No way.
Not by AI, no. I don't think so.
It'd have to be like a non-I.
Oh, Lord, help us. All right, what's coming up? What do we got going on? Anybody got anything big? I know we got Thanksgiving and Veterans Day and all that coming, but I'm going fishing Saturday.
Yep. I will be down on the island myself this weekend. Where are you going, John?
Calaveras. My buddy that's a guide. I was like, you know what? I need to go fishing. So I called him up and said, hey, you got open on the 9th? And he said, yep. So we'll go out there and do some fishing together.
Did I just hear a no in the background?
She's correcting the granddaughter, not me.
Oh, okay. It sounded fairly, like a
Timing
John.
was pretty close.
You can tell from the intonation that it was not a. I know a John no.
Yeah, that's a lot different. So don't waste your time with the little, sweet little soft nose.
How many years has it been since you've heard a no?
Long, many years. Grant, what you got coming up? Anything big?
What are you going fishing for?
Calvers Lakes or reds or catfish. Probably lean towards catfish because as it gets colder, it's harder to get the reds in the lake. So.
Okay, you going with the guy you've done a few videos on his boat?
Yeah. We went when I took my buddy from Michigan that came down, and another one. Joel was on the boat with us.
Right, gotcha.
Same guy.
I don't. I guess 25 days until duck season. Countdown is on.
I thought you were looking a little itchy.
Yeah, I'm ready. We
a little bit.
I guess it was last night we sat out there waiting on it to get dark, and there was 6 ducks that flew right over where I want the duck hole, and then there was a single duck that flew over, and then there was a group of 18 that flew right over us.
Oh shit.
So I mean it's 25 days, so I don't know. I might go ahead and set up some decoys out in that field, just try to shoot some out there.
What does a pond need to make it a duck pond? I mean, do you have any special like plants or anything you put on it, or just build a pond and the ducks will come?
Yeah, I'd like to try a few different things. So one of my local friends that has his own duck hole, he's got it planted in corn, so flooded corn, and then I'd like to try rice and millet and sorghum. I'd like to try a little bit of everything and see what does what.
Are you just going to grow that on the shoreline around the pond?
No, I'd like to have. I've got a quote for a pond and a quote for a duck hole. With the duck hole, the duck hole will have a levee around 3 sides that will be 4 foot tall and 6 foot wide.
Okay.
So that we could flood that, and it's a pretty good. I don't know acre wise how big it is, but I'd say it's over an acre, and it connects to the 3 acre woods. So it's probably a good 3 acres. Actually, it's going to be a nice sized duck hole.
Wow.
But so let's say the east side will be a long levee, and then the north and south side will go toward the trees, and then the levee will go into the trees. There's already a levee on the south side basically coming out of the trees, and then the whole west side is like 10-foot elevation higher. And that's where the 2 existing ponds are inside that group of trees, just below where it jumps up 10 foot.
Oh wow.
I mean, they're just little bitty ponds, so. But I think it would help, if we can flood everything up to that, it's going to be a couple feet deeper.
Yeah.
Maybe. And maybe when it gets really cold, it'll help keep some ice from forming, being a little deeper hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's the hopes and dreams one day, to have the pond and the duck hole, 2 different places.
Nice. Okay, I thought you were going for both the same thing, so that's nice. You got 2.
Yeah, 2 different spots. I mean, they're going to be pretty much right next to each other, but yeah, 2 different things.
Very cool.
Is there a difference in those drawn in ducks, or is it just a difference in design construction so that you can flood it? Or
yeah, basically, so you can drain it in the late spring, early spring, drain it and plant it for all summer, have it dry.
Okay.
And then plug it up late summer, mid-fall, and either pray for rain or pump water into it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Learn some new. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's nice double use of that land.
Yeah. Mark says his trapping season starts Sunday.
Yep. Mark's got a bobcat got his first bobcat tag, so he's going out for the big bobcat.
Oh, you got to have a tag for bobcats there, huh? Okay.
Which surprisingly, he said in his last video he had never caught one in a trap. I'm surprised he had never caught one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now if he can actually try, I guess maybe a different lure than he would use for fox or coyote.
Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe a different area.
Heck, I think even bow hunting he could shoot one or something if he wanted to. He's got the
tag. Mark, please consider all of that. Like people talking about stuff like that. Consider putting that in your video. Like, if you don't want to because you don't want people to know, I completely understand. Like, that's me. But this is like the questions that people ask, and that's where you're going to find a lot of value. Just FYI.
Good point. Yep. Explain why you picked the area you picked.
What you're using. Why.
Yep.
Definitely.
Who you paid off to get a tag for bobcat.
Right.
I'm kidding. I'm also waiting. I think put in for those Texas drawings. Still waiting to hear. I know the time to put in is ended, so they got to select the people soon, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, let me check on something real quick because I did the same thing. I put in for 2 of those, and nope, no email yet. Unsettling. I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. I was really hoping to get one of those.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Heck yeah.
It would be nice.
If I don't get that, I'm going to have to go down to the Spoil Islands down south of Padre and go do it the old way. Yeah, go get a no guy.
Definitely be a different area, Mark said. Okay.
All right. Maybe somewhere more known for a bobcat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're a little more reclusive than like coyotes and all that. You know, coyotes come out in urban areas all the time, snatching cats and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see bobcats usually doing stuff like that. They're usually like in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had them. How many? I want to say, John, wasn't it you and I were out at the beach one time and we had a coyote come up to the.
I've seen the coyote run the sand dune beside us when we were driving along the beach there.
Yeah. Down on Penn, sometimes you see some good deer that way too. I snuck up on one time. That stupid coyote. He wasn't paying attention. I was hunting out on the Spoil Islands, and the ICW. I was walking up to the ICW, and he was on the other side. And so we weren't that close, but I mean, I was able to walk right up to the water's edge, and he was sitting there just kind of looking around, but he never saw me. And I wasn't wearing camo or anything. I mean, I stood out like a sore thumb. That idiot dog. I was just staring at him, like, just kind of enjoying being in nature and stuff for a minute. And then I got bored, and I decided I wanted to startle him, and I was able to like skip a stone across over there to him and scared the piss out of that poor coyote. He had no clue. I thought I was pretty full of myself. Like, I thought I was pretty, I was hot shit being able to walk
Do we have regulations as far as coyotes?
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I wonder if you can just pop them when you see them. Most people do.
We got rancher friends out here. You know how that is. Like, I'm sure there's regulations on it. I'm sure that not everybody who, owns or works on a ranch follows them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're 24/7, 365 here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a nuisance for a lot of places.
Yeah.
Hell, I remember when they had bounties on them. I don't know if they still do, but I know when I was a kid growing up in Albuquerque, that area around there, they had a bounty. You bring in a coyote tail, you got some money.
You know, they used to have, we're running out of time here. We used to have a bounty at the beach if you found needles.
Oh my God.
Like syringes. You could go turn them in at the park station, get a couple of bucks.
I'm thankful I've never run across anything like that when I've been down there.
Yeah.
Not what you want to find on the beach.
I don't know why people are going to the beach to do their illicit vitamin B12, but
exactly.
Or if they're just doing, is there like some kind of big offshore party thing that's happening that I'm just not privy to?
That's what it is. It's a boat out there.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen.
Yep, it's that time.
It is that time.
All right. So go get out there and vote. If you haven't already, get out there and do your civic duty. Make your vote count. You got one. Use it. Go and have a wonderful weekend. And we look forward to seeing everything that you're doing next Tuesday when we do this all over again. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch y'all next week.
Peace out.
Have a great week.